Jaylen Brown's off the court interests are some of the most interesting I've heard from any athlete in any sport. So whether you're into sports or not, these facts about Jaylen Brown might surprise you because he is not your typical athlete. For starters, Jaylen is super smart. In fact, scouts were worried that Jaylen was too smart to play in the NBA. He was criticized because scouts were worried that he might become disinterested in playing in the NBA and pursue other career paths. He was taking a master's level class at Berkeley in his first semester. That's not no easy school. Jaylen was also the captain of his middle school chess team. He was also top of his high school class, played on the chess varsity team at UC Berkeley. He was the youngest person to ever lecture at Harvard, and he was offered a NASA internship. He's also primarily a vegetarian, a huge soccer fan, and he loves watching anime. And he's constantly described as an unusual athlete because of his interests outside of basketball. He plays multiple instruments, including the acoustic guitar and the piano. He also has a strong interest in history and is an avid reader. He enjoys reading books about historical figures and events to expand his knowledge and perspective. He's also an activist. In 2019, Jaylen Brown was named as an MIT Media Lab Fellow and has collaborated with the university to create the Bridge program, where they mentor Greater Boston youth and high school students of color that are interested in pursuing careers in STEM. So he's taken a strong interest in tackling income and education inequality. He protested heavily for the Black Lives Matter movement. He's an Atlanta native and he drove 15 hours to protest in Atlanta for Black Lives Matter. He spends his downtime from basketball exploring his passion for art. So he goes and visits galleries and museums. When he was just 22 years old, he became the youngest elected vice president of the National Basketball Players Association, which is the union for current players in the NBA. He also founded the Juice Foundation that strives to provide athletic and academic opportunities for children in underserved communities. And on top of all of this, has excelled as an athlete. Jaylen was drafted 3rd overall in the 2016 NBA draft and made headlines when he decided not to hire an agent, but instead negotiate his first contract by himself and with the help of the NBPA, which he later became the vice president of. And this summer, he signed the richest contract in NBA history, a 5-year, $303.7 million Supermax extension with the Boston Celtics. I gotta say this again, just in case you didn't hear me correctly, $300 million. He's in the final year of his previous deal where he'll make around $31 million for this season. But when that contract kicks in next year, he's gonna be making $52.3 million a year and $69.1 million in the final year of his deal.